Hey guys, Ryan here for Bender Wins. Hope everyone's doing well today. Here with your daily free picks. All right, guys, so I have 2 plays for you guys today in free picks. In Masterclass, I have 6 additional plays, including a 2-unit play, and then I have 2 player props as well, just 2 smaller player props, but a 2-unit play in Masterclass. If you guys are interested in that, benderwins.com. It is $99 a month for the full card. All right, guys, so yesterday I gave out 1 play in free picks, and that was Tampa Bay. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. First off, giving out free plays to you guys, there's absolutely no upside reward for me giving out minus 200 favorites, okay? Because at the end of the day, look, when they win, what do you say? Yeah, okay, I mean, they're minus 200. Like, good job, Bender. Of course they're going to win. When they lose, it's like, minus 200, what are you doing, man? It's like, we lost. How could it happen? All right, so this brings me back to a point, guys, and I would like you guys to listen to this, okay? I know some of you guys come here just fast forward through to the plays, but learn something here today, okay? There is nothing about sports betting that is not math, okay? There is nothing about sports betting that's not math. Now, I know some of you guys are going to be like, Bender, that's not true, man. You need to know the players, you need to know the coaches, but what makes up the players and the coaches and all this? It's numbers, it's math, okay? We're talking about, you got to know the players. Why? Because what percentage of the time they hit home runs? What percentage of the time this pitcher gives up a home run? What percentage of this hitters or this pitcher's pitches are ground balls versus fly balls? It all boils down to math, okay? There is literally tens of millions of numbers, of factors into every single game. And it's your job as a capper to take all of this and condense it into one final number, okay? You want to create the story. I always talk about creating the story, okay? You want to look for steam. You want to look for that money distribution. You want to look for, obviously, the matchups and everything like that, guys. But it does boil down to, at the end of the day, a mathematical equation, because you're going to assign a winning percentage, a percentage at which you think this team will win. And that, again, equates into a mathematical equation, which gives you 2 decisions. Is there value on the side, or is there no value on the side? Okay? And one of the ways we can look at that yesterday, guys, we can see that Tampa Bay was a minus 200 favorite, okay? Now, it's pretty simple math being a minus 200, that's going to equate to about a 67% implied winning percentage, okay? So what minus 200 means is it's implied that it's 66.7%, okay? At 66.7%, that is your dead break-even point, okay? So if they win 66% of the time, you're gonna lose a bit of money. If they win 67% of the time, you're gonna win some money, right? Now, using all the information available, and that's what we do as professional handicappers, 70 to 72%, okay? So that is my expectation of that win. Now, you guys, you might say, okay, well, look, you're talking about 67% to break even. Now you're talking about 70 to 72%. Well, that doesn't sound like a big edge, but let's break this down mathematically once again. 70% would equate to an implied odds of minus 233. 72% equates to implied mathematical odds of minus 257, meaning, in my opinion, the correct pricing on this game should have been minus 233 to minus 257. We are betting it at minus 200. So now, what does that equate to in terms of an actual edge? So what we're going to do is we're going to take that 33 points of difference, okay? I think it should be minus 233. The book has 200. We take 33 points of difference. We divide it by the minus 200, and that gives us a percentage. That means that we had a 16.5% edge on the low end of my expectations. On the high end of my expectations, I think it should be minus 257. So minus 257, guys, we take that difference, that 57 points, we divide it by the 200, gives us a percentage, 28.5%. So my expected long-term edge on that particular game was actually pretty large. 16.5 to 28.5% edge on that line. Okay, and that, guys, is an indication of value. So again, I read and I see all these things and I talk to people. And again, guys, look, I don't know where this stuff started, but a lot of people come out and say, I'll never bet big favorites, or I'll stick between pardon me, between minus 150 and plus 150. That's where I live. But at the end of the day, guys, the mathematics of sport dictate that you do need to get outside of that comfort zone to maximize your value. So at the end of the day, guys, it all comes down to the math of it. And I try my best to explain it, but it's like just people make blanket statements like, oh, wow, like minus 200. Like I've never bet minus 200. Never bet. I got to play for you guys today. Look, it's minus 215. You don't have to bet it if you don't want to bet it. Fair? Just don't bet them, okay? But long term, guys, they are going to show a positive ROI because that's just the math. I've been doing this for 16 years. This is not something new to me, guys. Believe me, like it was an accident I'm wearing my NASA shirt today. But I mean, have you ever seen a guy wear glasses like this? It wasn't good at math. So when it comes down to the math of it, guys, it's pretty sound. I've been doing this a long time. So I just want to drive home the point that really, guys, it's all about the mathematics of it, okay? Every decision that's made in sports betting in some way, shape, or form is derived from math, what be it simplistic or complicated math. But the reason I love baseball so much, the reason why baseball has been so profitable year over year, is there's no sport on earth that has more variables than baseball. Baseball has so many built-in variables, guys, and baseball has been many mathematicians' absolute dream. And I love baseball for the same reason, guys, that there's so many variables that you can cap in the game, and long-term, you can gain an edge over baseball. All right. Now, one more thing to go through really quickly, guys. I just want to talk about something that happened last night, and then I want to rip on a sports book really quickly because I haven't done it enough lately, and they really suck. First off, guys, Garrett Cole. Okay, so yesterday I get a call. Haven't talked to a person in years. She tells me, not hi, how you doing? Not hello. Cole's out. Bet Baltimore. Okay, done. Call you back. All right, so first off, guys, never steered me wrong, ever in sports betting. Someone's like, hey, who is it? I'm like, when you name your sources, they stop being sources, right? But bottom line is, guys, I threw it out there. I got really nervous as soon as I did because I'm like, I mean, she's never been wrong once. She's never lied to me, never been wrong, nothing to gain to steer me wrong. And I got really nervous because I'm like, slaying Baltimore, guys, you get them at plus 290, going to get plus 290. And then I'm like, this better come out. Anyway, so I was doing a bunch of videos. I did a post on Facebook. I did a post on Instagram. I uploaded to here as fast as I possibly could. I mean, I filmed the fastest video that I could possibly film to get it up on here. And then I started getting some messages like, hey, the line's off the board. So then I'm like, I know, okay. So I jump on Google really quickly and it's like, now it's out. Okay, so it's out. A lot of people did manage to get bets down on that and we're able to bet out of it today. So here's the plan, guys. Smash Baltimore at plus 290. When Cole's out, they're going to readjust that line. Bet action, though. I said bet action. You have to bet action, okay? So when that line adjusts like it did this morning, I was able to bet out of my position. No harm, no foul. So I've made a guaranteed profit. There's a guaranteed profit, okay? It doesn't matter. Again, you adjust the math of it so that no matter who wins, you're going to come out ahead, right? So, I mean, it's arbitrage betting, but it's also, taking advantage of the markets. And look, at the end of the day, guys, information is power, okay? And if you don't think the sports books get information and then take advantage of the public, they do. So when we do this to them, I feel pretty damn good about it. So here's my issue, okay? William Hill specifically. William Hill offers an action bet, okay? You can bet action. Now, what does action mean, guys? There's listed pitcher and there's action. Action means it doesn't matter who goes. That's the play, okay? You lock that shit in and that is the play. William Hill today in the light of day, guys, because William Hill is one of the shittiest books ever to be created. I'll talk about that in 1 second, guys. But what they went ahead and did is they said, well, we reserve the right to change these odds after the fact. So because Garrett Cole is out and they bet action on this, they basically changed the odds. They lowered these people's odds and they gave them worse odds. And it's absolutely sickening to me. Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely mind-boggling. And then William Hill has the audacity to say you cannot cancel your bet after it's in. Yeah, right. You guys, yeah, I would sue their ass as quick as possible. That's just me. That's me. Look, I know that, I know it cost me $70 to register a small claim. It cost them $30,000 to $40,000, $25,000 to fight the thing. Yeah. Anyways, I want to talk about William Hill here, guys. William Hill is a miserable shithole of a book. It basically, I mean, there's no sharps that bet it, because the second that you start to win, and I'm not talking about, like, I mean, there's books out there to limit you. You start smashing them for a couple $100K, you get limited, okay? I'm not talking about that, guys. I'm talking about any hint that you can win long-term, and they will shut you down, okay? Just about every pro in Vegas has been shut down by William Hill. Pros don't use it. The book is a joke. It'll use every loophole to steal your money, okay? That's what William Hill does, guys. Now, why do I think that William Hill is not the worst book? The reason I think that Bovada is a worse book than William Hill is because where William Hill will manipulate and do BS like this and just ban you when you win, Bovada just kind of, I can't say the word steal, but, you know, they take extra money on every single bet by juicing the lines. So Bovada is a worse book, because if you bet the two, long term, you're going to probably lose more money with Bovada because you're paying such a ridiculous level of juice. But William Hill, they're the rats of the industry. I mean, absolute rats of the industry. And if anyone from William Hill would like to come on and refute any of this, tell me I'm wrong. I would love to get a little counterpoint going. Maybe get 3 or 4 pros that you guys have limited, and maybe get a couple people that you've screwed out of parlays and stuff like that on here, and we give an honest debate. So if there's anyone from William Hill in Vegas that wants to come on and do an honest, open, non-scripted back and forth, I'd be happy to do that. Happy to give you a forum to defend yourselves, because what you do to people is total crap. All right, guys, let's get into today, shall we? All right, guys. So, I did mention, look, hey, coming back with another big favorite, guys. If you do not wish to bet it, that's very, very simple. You do not have any level of commitment, okay? I'm giving out my plays, the plays I bet, but there's no commitment level on your end. You do not have to say, well, Bender gave this out, so now I have to bet it, okay? If that's not your comfort zone, that's not your comfort zone. Look, I know somewhere along the way, people picked up these things where I'll never bet over 160, or I'll never bet over 150, or I'll never bet outside minus 125. That's where I live. Okay, that works for you, right? If it's an emotional thing, if it's I don't want to, blow up my bankroll kind of thing, because like I feel like if I lose a few big favorites, I'm going to start chasing. If it's one of those things, I get it. Okay, that's fine. Stick with your rules. But I'm telling you guys, long-term value, bet these plays. All right, so we will get started, guys. That is Milwaukee, okay? So a number of things to like about Milwaukee in this game. It does fall into that death system, the system that picked up its 23rd loss of the season, but is still hitting massively this year. I'll tell you guys the exact ROI as we stand today this year on the death system, if you bear with me, and I know you guys have been very patient already. 12.9% ROI this year, 78 wins, 23 losses. So 12.9% ROI, about, over 2.5 times higher than what we want in the course of a year. So we'll absolutely take that. Alfonso Marquez, cherry on the cake, guys, behind home plate today. He's about the biggest homer ump that you could get. Home teams with Alfonso, 274 wins and only 207 losses. 274 wins, 207 losses. You have to like the fact Milwaukee's got home in this game, and a lot of other things to like about Milwaukee here, guys. Milwaukee minus 215. Next, guys, we are going to go with Minnesota plus 112. So Minnesota plus 112. Shop around in this line, guys. There's a couple books where there's been multiple steam bets on this game. There's other books that have stale lines, okay? Stale lines, guys. Lines that just have not followed the rest of the market down. So if you have 2, 3, 4, 10 books Shop around, okay? Shop around every game, but specifically this one. Minnesota plus 112, guys. We got three system indicators, 6 different steam and reverse line moves, not a single one on Cincy. Money distribution, guys, 30% of bets, 62% of money. So phenomenal money distribution. We love it to be contrarian, right? We want to be contrarian. But I mean, if 6 steam and reverse line moves don't tell you there's sharp money on this, the money indicator absolutely does, guys. And I think this is just a great spot for Minnesota. Okay, I mentioned three different system indicators. So that is it for us today, guys. Again, if you don't want to bet the big favorites, don't. But at the end of the day, guys, there's math to back up all the decisions. It's not just like, oh, look, Tampa Bay looks pretty good today. Let's go fire out with Tampa Bay. Okay, long term, guys. Anytime you're dealing with mathematics, you flip a coin, heads or tails, okay? It could come up heads 10 times in a row. Are the odds against it? Yeah. What should it be? 50-50, right? If you do it 10 times, guys, it could come up 10 times in a row, heads, okay? But if you flip that coin 1 billion times, over the course of 1 billion times, guys, it flattens the variance curve, okay? Variance becomes negligible, and what you're going to see is a result of 50-50, okay? I mean, you probably see over 1 billion, you might see 49.98 versus 50.02. That's how close it's going to get because you're eliminating variance, okay? And that's the whole purpose of what we're doing in sports, guys, is to find an edge, bet it over a long enough period of time while protecting our bankrolls, that we can take advantage of that, lowering variance, all right? That is it for us today, guys. Go back, get your high school math books, and get studying. As always, guys, have a very lucky day.